Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we're here with my blind reaction to Renfield. This is a donation reward for Sweet Venom, and yeah, I'm pretty excited for this one. So, for those who don't know, Renfield is a movie starring Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage, and is about the indentured servant of Dracula. Oh God, what is the word? His ward, I guess you could say. There's another word for it. I just can't think of it at the moment. But in this case, it takes place in modern day. Renfield is still serving under Dracula, has been given powers and clearly at least partial immortality. And he's trying to get away from Dracula. So this is going to be interesting. I like the actors in this. Awkwafina's also in it. So I'm interested to see how this goes. The trailer looked really good. I only saw one trailer, though. But it did look really good. I do know that this movie contains a lot of gore and whatnot. But I'm fine with that, as always. If you are not, I would suggest maybe skipping this one. Just because of that. If you can handle it, then cool. But yeah, I don't really know anything else about it. Like, I don't know, like, fully where it goes or what it touches on or anything. But I'm excited to find out. For those who may wonder, yes, I have read Bram Stoker's Dracula a couple times while I was in school still. I have seen multiple iterations of the character throughout film and games and whatnot, so I'm familiar with Dracula. I'm familiar with Renfield as well, and various other characters. I wonder if there's going to be a Van Helsing in here at all. It's hard to say, because this does take place in, like, modern day. There's some really funny jokes, though, in the trailer that I'm looking forward to seeing more of. Some just really fun ideas as well. So, we're going to see how it goes. I'm excited. We are going to be just getting this straight off of a site, simply because I could not find a reliable download link, unfortunately. We're not doing it off of YouTube, though, because I just went to a convention. I don't really have the excess money right now. I want to save up a little more at the moment. You know what I mean? But yeah. So, we will just be watching off of the site I have. But that being said, let's just get into it, hope for the best, and see what this movie has in store for us. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the movie. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. I was not expecting the My Chemical Romance song. That, like, really caught me off guard in the best way. It's like, I just got really excited to hear that. But, I just wanted to say that right off the bat. Yeah, this was really fun. This is billed as a comedy, but it was actually very intense. I mean, obviously we knew the blood and gore was going to be a lot because the Red Band trailer showed a lot of that. But, like, the actual story was a genuinely intense, good story. It wasn't like the comedy didn't overshadow that. It didn't try to make the comedic aspects of this really the focal point, which is surprising. I thought this was going to be more of a comedy-leaning film, but instead it's just it's a vampire film. It's a Dracula film with comedy added in. And yeah, a lot of it is goofy, a lot of it is silly, just conceptually. But even with all of that, it still manages to be intense, frightening, Pulse pounding, exciting, with great action, great drama, and just really, really well thought out moments. The cast was all great. Obviously, Nicolas Cage just completely owned the role of Dracula. Like, I've heard some people say, like, get Willem Dafoe as Joker for a Batman movie or something like that. It's like you hear stuff like that, but it's like, no, like getting Nicolas Cage for a Dracula movie is just so much better of an idea. It's just so much better of a casting choice. Like Willem Dafoe, I don't think, like, as great of an actor as he is, I don't think the Joker's right for him. But the idea of Nicolas Cage as Dracula is such an inspired choice. It is so perfect. And Nicholas Hoult playing Renfield was great. He brought the humanity and the emotional turmoil that he needed to the character. He's a really good actor and can portray all kinds of different characters. Like, you think about him in The Menu. He was an absolute fucking tool in The Menu. You hated his guts. But then you have him here, and it's like he's super sympathetic and likable, and it's like you just want to see him succeed and be free. It shows that he can play both good guys and bad guys really well and make them believable, great characters. Awkwafina, I think, is a very underrated actress. I think she's actually really good, in terms of voice acting and on-screen acting. I think she gets a lot of flack sometimes, but I've never really understood why. Because I've always liked her in pretty much everything she's a part of. She was great in Shang-Chi. She was great voicing Sisu in Raya and the Last Dragon, or whatever it's called. Raya, just say Raya. She's great in pretty much everything I see her in. So it's like, yeah, she was wonderful in this as well. She brought a lot of heart and character and depth to the movie. Ben Schwartz was unexpected. I had no clue he was in this. But it's like, oh, I know you. Sonic, Dewey, various other things here and there. It's like, yeah, I just was not expecting that at all. But he was great. Again, I don't think I've ever seen him play a bad guy, so it's really interesting to see him in that kind of role, too. Especially such a pathetic, dumbass bad guy as he was. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I think the pacing was good, even though we had some issues with all of that just in the recording with the video buffering and causing some immersion issues. But the pacing was good, the story was good. I even like how the ending is kind of left open. We don't know if Drac is actually dead or not. All we know is that he's defeated, and if he does come back, it'll be a long, long time. So, yeah, it's really interesting. I presume that without Dracula's blood and powers and everything anymore, that Renfield will, from here on out, remain mortal. I mean, they did have the picture of blood that they used to bring, like, the support group and everyone back, bring back Rebecca's sister. But they left that, one, at the support group. They didn't take it with them. And two, I don't think Renfield wants to extend his life anymore, even if he can. I don't think he desires that anymore. I feel like he wants to live out a normal life at this point. The inclusion of the mob was a little needless, I feel. Like, we didn't really need that. I mean, they were great for what they were, but it's like, it just feels like they weren't needed. You know what I mean? If they had been revealed to be like werewolves or something, though, that would have been fucking cool, and I would have been okay with it, because we need more fucking werewolves in media. Like, we've gotten some stuff semi-recently, like the Quarry video game from the makers of Until Dawn. That game is fantastic, and that's a werewolf game. And a few other little things here and there, but nothing like major, nothing big. I think it would have been really cool if they were werewolves in here, kind of bring in that mythology as well. Plus the entire vampires versus werewolves thing. And it would have been interesting to see them, like, even if just temporarily working together. But yeah, and one thing that was a little more confusing as well is during a lot of the movie, it didn't seem like people knew who Count Dracula was. As if, like, the stories and everything didn't exist in this world. But then, after, like, near the end, like, especially when Ben Schwartz's character is going to his mom and everything and introducing him, it's like it's made very clear, like, oh no, Count Dracula does exist. And plus, when obviously Renfield is telling Rebecca and everything, it's like Count Dracula does exist as a concept, as a character within this universe, and it's just like, oh, then why does it seem like that wasn't the case before? I don't know. It just like feels like it could have been more. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems weird to the way they presented that kind of information. But yeah, there was a lot of death in this. I was really surprised when the support group died, even though they were brought back. I was really surprised when they died. That really came out of nowhere for me. I really did not expect them all to just be killed like that. Honestly, I knew that scene was going to happen because, again, it's in the trailer. You see Dracula be invited in the trailer. But I really expected that Renfield would actually fight back against Dracula there and stop him from killing them, or at least from killing most of them. But no, they just all just fucking died. And again, while they did come back, it's still surprising. It's still shocking. And I love the concept that they, like, as the guy put it, saw stuff and learned stuff that they can never forget. It's like, it's just the way you could tell he was really fucked up by the fact that they died and came back. Yeah. It's pretty much implied that their souls did pass on and were brought back using the Dracula blood. So it's like, yeah, things happened after their death, and that's going to be something to deal with. Good thing they have a therapy group. But yeah, this was actually really good. I didn't expect it to be bad or anything. In fact, I actually thought I was going to like it based on the trailer and everything. But it was actually better than I expected it to be, nonetheless. It definitely impressed me in that regard. And I just had a fun time. I just thought it was a good, fun time. So, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of Renfield? And thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.